folks. Picked up some starters and collectible tins sealed on my trip to Hungary. So yeah, let's get set one open, and later videos we'll do the other two. Alright, here we go. So got all this plastic off. 10th anniversary. One collectible tin. Ooh, celebrating. Let's get up closer and read this, shall we? This first of two anniversary sets commemorates the start of the best multiplayer trading card game of all time. Each set contains a different fixed selection of anniversary editions of 9 previously out-of-print cards printed for the first time in current edition format, plus the set contains 10 new cards designed for these anniversary sets. New cards are the same in set 1 and 2. All 100 cards come in oversized steel alloy deck case custom designs to hold sleeved vampire cards. Let's pop this open. Whoa! Whoa! Alright, I gotta get this plastic off. So Zach North is the top one. He's a gangrel. And if you look, I don't know if you can see in the cards, but the blood is actually shiny right here, which is quite nice. These Camarella, flip them over. So I already have the whole crypt of Jihad, but I don't have them with the vampire backs, and oh my god, I can't believe the shine. I actually got these pretty cheap. It was only $30 to get these sealed and everything, and online I saw just the tins for $30. So the fact that I get cards with this, you know, where we have Ula, come on, Ubek the Watcher, so Nosferatu's Tusk, the Tellbearer, Camarella, and Torah Vaughan, Camarella Primogen, Timothy Crowley, Thomas Thorne, Smug the Ignored, Camarella. What? That's Sedite, isn't it? No, wait, no, that's KDF, that signs KDF. Don't kill me! Sheldon, Lord of Clog. Selma the Repugnant. Oh, cool. Samson. Rafina Soldad. What? Oh my god. Royus is, he's Assamite? That's Assamite, right? Let me get closer. No, that's not an Assamite. What the fuck is that sign for? I'm going to have to brush up on signs. He's Sabat. Royce gets -1 stealth when bleeding. The Rectric of the 13th floor, Camarella Primogen. Roxanne may enter combat with a vampire of capacity below 4, controlled by your predator or prey at +1 stealth. I assume this is action, but yeah, direct action. And of course, this is Rorsa Cold, Camarella. Roman Alexander, Roland Bishop, Ramel Dupree, Rake, Camarella Prince of Atlanta. Rake gets +1 strength when in combat with Ventru. This is Quinton McDonald. He gains 1 strength and he's a Primogen. This is that say Peter? Yeah, Peter. With a funny spelling. Sabat. Peter Sepos, and that's right. Independent, proud, can steal 1 blood from a vampire entire pour as a direct action. Crazy. Oh, there's Giovanni. Patsara Giovanni, collector of secrets, independent, can employ a retainer from your ash heap as an action. The cost of that action is increased by 1 blood. Crazy. Another caitiff, Nick. Caramel Bruja, get +1 intercept when attempting to block Nick. Morale. Once each combat, morale may change 1 aggressive damage inflicted on him to a normal damage. Crazy. Mishka? Meglela Schaffer. Creative Camarilla strike cards that require Thomachi cost Melelda an additional blood. That's nice. And she is Lucretia Sesqueen. She's a Primogen with +1 stealth. Lucian Camarilla Malkavian Justicar. Lucian may steal equipment as a strike. Crazy. Luca Piccola Camarilla +1 strength. Leon Sabat Gangrel attribute get -1 intercept when attempting to block Leon. And this is Lenro Sabat. Leon cannot attempt actions that would give her a title and cannot be chosen as the recipient of a title. That sucks. Lazarus Camarilla Prison may inflict 1 R damage as a strike. Coco Camarilla. Kistia Master Sculptor Camarilla. Jazz Wetworth. It's my nickname. Camarilla, if the edge is not controlled, Jazz may give control of it as +1 stealth action. Yeah. Ignis Camarilla. Helena Casimir Camarilla Primogen +1 bleed. Hisna Kisi Camarilla burn 1 blood each time Hisna goes into torpor. Guio Vinci Camarilla. Gitan St. Clair Camarilla Primogen. And this is Gillen Crater Sabat. Gillen cannot attempt political actions. Gilbert Dune Camarilla Prince of Miami. Going to Miami. Genevieve Sabat Prescure. Giovanni gets 1 additional vote in the main referendum during each political action. Felice Mostrom Camarilla. Ethan Locke. Sabat Archbishop of Toronto. Ooh, he's a Canadian then. As a direct action, Ethan may steal a Discipline MasterCard from another vampire if he does not already possess the superior level of that Discipline card. Sick! And Tremere cards. Me and my husband split them, and Tremere is one of mine. My clans. We go by clans. Esbenir Rush. Camarilla Esbenir may enter combat with a vampire of capacity below 4, controlled by your predator or prey as a stealth 2 direct action. Sick! Dree Leader of Cold Dawn Camarilla. Dr. John Casey Camarilla. Dorian Strock Camarilla. Dear Keist Camarilla. Diddy Mears Camarilla. And he's a Camarilla Venture, just a card. If he's ready, Methuselah contested a card with you. Burn 1 extra pool to avoid yielding the card. +1 bleed. Crazy. Cortland Ledgston Camarilla. Chester Dubois Camarilla Primogen. Camarilla DX the Raven. Brazil? Camarilla? Why would you name yourself Brazil? There's probably a story behind it. Black Cat Camarilla Clip Black Cat. Cost 1 less pool, but never less than 0 pool. Astrid Thomas Camarilla Primogen. When votes are tallied during a referendum, any Tremere vampire who cast a vote, that is, who are not abstaining, vote with Astrad if Astrad casts any votes. Paulus gets 1 optional press each combat +1 bleed. Anvil Camarilla Primogen. Antoinette Duchamp, Camarilla, action cards, and strike cards that require celebrity cost antenna and additional blood. Anson, Camarilla Prince of Seattle. If Anson is ready during your master phase, you get 2 master phase actions instead of 1. Angel, Camarilla. Elf, Camarilla. Astrina, Camarilla. Veil Sight, only usable by blocking a minion. This action, minion stealth is set to 0. He or she gets minus X stealth, where X is he or she's current stealth. As above, at once during the resulting combat, if this vampire successfully blocks, he or she may steal 1 blood as a strike. Vanish from the Mind's Eye, press, only usable to end combat, and then there's a press. Vampiric Disease, master, put a disease counter on any vampire. Each time a vampire with a disease counter is in combat at close range with another vampire, the second vampire gets a counter as well. Afflicted vampires cannot gain blood by hunting. When afflicted vampires untap, he or she burns a blood. If unable to burn the disease counter, vampire can only have 1 disease counter. The treatment, master, put this card on a prince who has successfully bled you since your last turn. Each time this prince untaps, he or she takes 1 point of damage. Damage not preventable. This prince may burn this card as a direct action. Cool. Submachine gun, weapon. Sins of the Kochmar, +1 intercept. Put this card on acting vampire. You still control this card. The reacting vampire gets +1 intercept when the vampire with the card attempts to bleed. You, the vampire with the card, can burn this as a direct action. Silence of Death, only usable before range is determined. This vampire gets first strike with hand and melee weapon strikes this round as above with optional maneuver. Shadow Step, maneuver, only usable before range is determined. This vampire burns 2 blood to set the range of the round. Skip the determined range step for this round. And Reconviction of Tyre, political card worth 1 volt, called by any vampire at 1 stealth. If this referendum is successful, each Assamite may choose to be Camarilla. Put this card into play whenever an Assamite enters play. He or she may choose to be Camarilla. The Assamite clan is Camarilla clan. Sick. Alright, Ravenous Acceptance, political card worth 1 vote, called by any vampire at 1 stealth. If this referendum is successful, each Ravenous may choose to be Camarilla. Put this card into play whenever Ravenous enters play. He or she may choose to be Camarilla. The Ravenous clan is Camarilla clan. Cool. Nephthilius Mage, of course it's only Tremere Mage with 2 life, 0 strength, 1 bleed. The Nephthys may strike for 1 R damage. The Nephthys gets an optional press each combat. Each strike or damage effects made against Nephthys by the opposing minion during combat inflicts 1 less damage. The Nephthys may burn a vampire in Tarport to gain 1 life as a direct action. Crazy. Might of Camarilla, political card worth 1 volt, called by any Justicar or Inner Circle member at 1 stealth. If the referendum is successful, each Methuselah burns a vampire or he or of his or her choosing in his or her uncontrolled region. Kabar, the community. Unique master, put this card in play. Each Assamite gets +1 stealth when bleeding. Any minion may burn this card as a direct action. Tremere get +1 stealth when attempting this action. Wahahaha. Incriminating videotape equipment. Choose a minion your prey controls. The chosen minion cannot block minion with equipment. That's funny. Homunculus. Retainer with 1 life. During any Methuselah untap phase, the vampire with the retainer can burn 1 blood to untap as above, but Homunculus has 2 life. Hellbound! Oh, Hellhound, my bad. It looked like a B instead of an H right there. Ghoul with 2 life, 1 strength, 0 bleed. The Hellhound cannot take action if the Hellhound has 1 life during your untap phase. It gains 1 life from the blood bank. Crazy. Ghoul Escort. Ghoul with 4 life requires a ready vampire. Fire Dance requires a ready Prescure, Cardinal, or Archbishop +1 stealth action. Curse of the Necris. Unique master, choose a Methuselah and put this card in play under the control of chosen Methuselah. Controller of this card burns one pool during each of his or her untap phase. Each time a new Methuselah gets the edge, the current controller of this card chooses any Methuselah, and that chosen Methuselah takes control of this card. Crazy! Conscript right requires a ready Prescure Cardinal or Archbishop +1 action. Put this card on a location you control. You may burn this card to cause an action directed at the location to fail. Bruja Debay or Bruja, I can't tell because the video game and the show both did the pronunciations that way. Put this card in play during each Methuselah's master phase. He or she taps one of the highest capacity Bruja he or she controls. If any, each Bruja gets +1 strength and optional maneuver. Each combat, any minion who is not Ventrue may burn this card as an action. Direct action. Betrayer Master, put this card, play name Methuselah who controls a vampire who is also in your uncontrolled region. The vampire controls burns one pool during his or her untap phase. He or she burns an additional pool to attempt to guess the name of the vampire. If the guess is correct, this card is burned. +1 stealth action, put this card on title vampire. The vampire title is worth 1 less vote during referendums, and he or she gets -1 stealth when attempting political actions. This vampire capacity is reduced by 1. A vampire capacity cannot go below 1. A vampire may only have 1 rescore. Power base Los Angeles. Master unique location. Tap during your discard phase to gain a discard phase action. If you use this card phase action to discard a card that requires an Anarch or a card that makes a vampire an Anarch, you may untap a ready Anarch. Any Anarch controlled by another Methuselah may steal this location for his or her controlled as a direct action. Police Coach, Vehicle Haven. Okay. I see, yeah. During your untap phase, move 1 blood from the vampire to the Polaris Coach or burn the Polaris Coach while this vampire is acting. He or she may burn 1 control from the Polaris Coach to get 1 stealth for the during action during undirected actions and actions that are not directed at the vampire. He or she cannot block or play retracting cards. A minion may have only 1 haven and only 1 vehicle. Orb of Ulion? Unique equipment. The ally with the equipment cannot be targeted by a direct action that requires aspects, Chimacy, Dominion, Present, or Serpentists. Reaction that requires any of those disciplines costs an additional blood. Well, this ally is acting. Crazy. That's a good card. Liquidation Masters do not replace until your discard phase. Put 7 cards from the top of your library to gain 3 pool. Insurance Scam Master, put this card in play during your turn. You may tap this card to burn X locations you control to gain X blood. Channel 10 Master, unique location. Tap to give a minion you control +2 intercept for the current action, not usable on the first action in a minion. And this is Carlon Van Vyck's Hunter. Ooh, a Hunter. Unique mortal with 2 life, 0 strength, 0 bleed. Carton can strike for 1 R damage, and the may dodge as a strike once each combat. Carton has 1 intercept when blocking vampires during your discard phase. You may burn Carton to burn a vampire who has committed diablerie since your last turn. If you're going to use Hunters, I feel like it'd be a good idea to just be a Ventrue, because it seems like Ventrue would use them to kick out their enemies. I'm sure the other clans would too, just I don't know, it seems more Ventrue to me. Alright, Smith, unique mortal with 2 life, 1 strength, 0 bleed. Cephas may strike for 1 R damage. Cephas gets an optional maneuver each combat. Any vampire blocking is burned after the combat. If any, cannot bleed. If he is untapped at the start of your turn, your predator takes control of him. Bull of Converge, unique equipment. If the bearer is a vampire who has aspect, bearer gets +1 intercept. If the bearer has superior aspect, he or she can burn 1 blood once during each action to gain additional intercept for the current action. Alright guys, thanks for watching the box opening of Vampire: The Eternal Struggle 10th Anniversary Set 1. And I will be doing 10th Anniversary Set 2 soon, but later. And Kindred's Most Wanted Starter Deck Bali. I didn't see any Balis online, so when I saw it at the shop, had to pick it up. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye!